Now let's dive into our featured story of the day. The headline reads, Iraq to start Bitcoin mining on nation state level, according to this pundit. So let's break this baby down because this is big news. Here you go. Amidst a notable diplomatic agreement between the U.S. and Iraq, recent statements by Iraq's Deputy Prime Minister Mohammed Ali Tamim have stirred speculation in the Bitcoin community regarding Iraq's potential entry into Bitcoin mining at a nation-state level. Let's go. That's right. During the press conference with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Deputy Prime Minister Tamim discussed a range of initiatives aimed at modernizing Iraq's energy sector and diversifying its economy. And amongst the topics addressed was the utilization of new technologies to capture the flare gas, a byproduct of oil extraction that is often burned off and wasted. Flared gas capturing is a significant point of interest for the Bitcoin community, as this excess gas can be converted to electricity and used to power mining operations. This process only provides an economically viable solution to a waste problem, but also aligns with global efforts to reduce environmental pollution, an issue highlighted by Tamim in his speech. Quoting him here, the government of Iraq is working for the prosperity of the Iraqi people, at the same time to pay their debts of the Iraqi nation. Now, especially when it comes to the different phases of the energy sector and the use of new technologies and modernization of the energy sector to reduce pollution, the government is widening its partnership and conducting agreements so to be able to, for example, use technologies to capture flare gas, he said, emphasizing the shift towards innovative and sustainable energy solutions. This development has prompted Joe Kerr, a noted Bitcoin pundit known as X, to suggest that Iraq might be, known on X as Boomstick44, to suggest that Iraq might be moving towards adopting Bitcoin mining on a large scale. Quoting him here on crypto Twitter, or Crypto X. Tell me your country is going to start mining Bitcoin for the U.S. without telling me. Iraq's Deputy Prime Minister, as quoting him here on X, I think I have it pulled up right here. The government of Iraq is working for the prosperity of the Iraqi people, at the same time to pay their debts for the Iraqi nation, especially when it comes to the different phases of the energy sector, and to use new technologies and modernization of the energy sector to reduce pollution. The government is widening its partnership and conducting agreements so it will be able to, for example, use technologies to capture the flare gas. So very interesting. And continuing on with the story, and in addition to the potential environmental and economic benefits, the Prime Minister also touted on enhancing their tourism, following the playbook of none other than El Salvador, shout out Bukele, which has integrated Bitcoin into its economy, being the first nation to adopt Bitcoin as the legal tender and enhancing its appeal to a global audience interested in the King crypto. El Salvador's adoption of Bitcoin as legal tender has indeed sparked interest in the tourism sector, suggesting a potential path for Iraq to link technological innovation with economic diversification. And while official confirmation from the Iraqi government regarding the start of the Bitcoin mining operations is pending and pure speculation at this time, the connections drawn by Kerr between the Deputy Prime Minister Tamim's comments are noteworthy and underscore a growing trend of nations leveraging Bitcoin to address economic and environmental challenges. As reported, already 6 countries officially mine Bitcoin on a nation-state level. These include the obvious: El Salvador, we have the Kingdom of Bhutan, Russia. Remember, more recently, they're even creating a Bitcoin mining hub, which was announced in the news, in Ethiopia. We also have the United Arab Emirates, which is the UAE. Can you say Abu Dhabi? We have Oman, as well as Ethiopia, as I just pointed out. So, for example, Bhutan had been secretly spending millions building a national Bitcoin mining operation to avert an economic crisis. In my opinion, all the smart money right now is getting exposure to Bitcoin, whether directly or indirectly. What nation will or is speculation right now? Mr. 100. According to Max, his sources are leaning towards Abu Dhabi. Some are saying Qatar. Could be another country in the Middle East. Could be another country not even on our radar. When you start to calculate all this adoption from the nation state level, things get very exciting because we have a very limited amount of Bitcoin. We have a halving in 1 week. what I say, 1.8 million Bitcoin left on the exchanges. According to the top analysts, we can have a legitimate supply shock within 9 months. That's just based on the existing ETF demand. We start to calculate all the undisclosed nation state adoption and everything going on behind closed doors and the retail, yada, yada, yada. This can happen within the next couple of months, as Jennifer, as pointed out. You know what I mean? Anything is possible. So let me know your thoughts. Where do you feel Bitcoin is likely to take us here this year? Which country or nation state do you think Mr. 100 is that continues stacking them sats? They already have close to 60,000 Bitcoins, and I don't think they're slowing down anytime soon. Holla at your boy and drop a comment. I appreciate it. I'm going to read some of the comments out loud. $1 million Bitcoin party in El Salvador. Let's go, McFootinator. Hey, let's go. The U.S. government wants Iraq to mine it so they don't have to dirty their hands with the dirty crypto. The U.S. government is a piece of ish. Whoa, deep, Jennifer. The government. I love that. That's right, the government. The U.S. government. It is what it is. And we also know the U.S. government does have a lot of exposure to Bitcoin because they have a piece of all the biggest stocks in the S&P 500, the Bitcoin mining stocks, as well as MicroStrategy, right? So BlackRock has exposure, for example, 11 trillion asset manager. They have exposure to everything. So the United States not only has hundreds of thousands of confiscated Bitcoin, which I believe they took from the hackers, from exchanges, etc., through confiscation. They also have all of this exposure. For example, as I pointed out in, I think it was yesterday's pod, what's the big asset management firm? Vanguard. Vanguard is the primary shareholder of MicroStrategy, and BlackRock is the secondary largest shareholder of MicroStrategy. So they literally have their hands in everything. The U.S. government's not stupid, right? And again, BlackRock alone currently has over 270,000 Bitcoin. What's shocking is they achieved it in 90 days. 3 months since the ETFs have gone live, January 11th. And I don't think they're going to slow down anytime soon. I don't think MicroStrategy is going to slow down anytime soon. You know what I mean? I think it's going to get crazy. Let me know your thoughts. 100,000 to 125,000 by the end of the year, says BS. That's what's up. Up and to the right, y'all. JB, you taught me so much in the last few years. I'm a long-term hodler. I listen to you daily. Thanks for your hard work. Thank you, Anna. Bana, respect. I appreciate it. Thank you. Can you please talk about this some more? It says, I'm not sure what you mean. The DOJ also has the keys to the Silk Road wallets and other confiscated wallets totaling over 8 billion. Good Lord, Greg. So yeah, that's a pretty large holder of Bitcoin, wouldn't you say? Which price roundabout you expect after the halving? As a cycle peak, I can see Bitcoin on a bear scenario hitting 222,000, in a bull scenario, 750, likely somewhere in between. Time will tell. Not investment advice. This show is only for entertainment purposes only. I do this show to entertain myself while educating people with the latest news. Just FYI. Can we get an FJB? Just paid my taxes. Hashtag FJB, please. Thank you, Don George. Love it. She is pamping. There you go. Bitcoin pamping. 62,500. Let's go. Keep up the good work, JV. You're a good dude. Respect, Sammy G. Shout out to all the top G's. Much appreciated, family. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for supporting the show. Love and light, and cheers.
Call me 3AC cause I'm blowing it up. Short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump. They drop foot, but it's still not slowing it up.